The Obi-Wan Kenobi series is set to begin airing on May 25th, on the 45th anniversary of the release of the first ever Star Wars film, and I do mean film. There was no digital recording back then, and I was there for it. Yeah, I'm that old. Anyways, it's kind of fitting to have that as the release date. Not only was it the first Star Wars movie ever released, but it was also the first appearance of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Since this may be the last time we see Obi-Wan Kenobi on any screen, at least in live action, his first and last appearances being on May 25th is actually really poetic. So that is a reason to be excited for this limited series coming to Disney+. It isn't the biggest reason to be excited about the Kenobi series, but if any of you love George Lucas's creation, then you'll understand what a nod this is to him. He said it's like poetry. Every stanza rhymes with the last. But what has some fans freaking out about the show? Not in a good way either. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Gerald, and I'm a Star Wars fanatic, and you can be a Star Wars fanatic too. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, and by hitting the subscribe button, you're actually entering yourself in to win a Winter Soldier from Sideshow Toys. I will be giving this away at 25,000 subscribers. So, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment. And every comment does get read by me, and I highlight one comment at the end of each video, just as I'll do at the end of this one. So stick around, see who got the highlighted comment. Alright, with that said, on to the story. Okay, as I said, the Kenobi series begins airing on May 25th, the 45th anniversary of Star Wars ever beginning. And when the show was announced, I was excited for fans of Kenobi. I myself wasn't particularly excited about it because, I don't know, I feel like I've had too much Jedi and Sith, or just enough, maybe not too much, but just enough Jedi and Sith interaction, and I wanted to see something different. Well, we got The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, both of which had little to do with Jedi. So, I guess I had my fill, and now that I've seen the trailer to the Kenobi series, wow, I'm ready. I'm excited. Okay, let's bring it on. The Jedi, the Inquisitors, the Sith, the Vader, and the breathing and whatnot. I'm ready for it. Darth Vader is my second favorite character, and they say we're going to see a meaner Darth Vader than we did even in Rogue One. Okay, bring that to me. But how much are we going to actually see Darth Vader? Is he going to be in one episode? Is he going to be in 5 episodes? I don't know. Okay, well, now I look like a huge liar because I actually do know. Well, I have some idea. Checking on IMDb, it shows Hayden Christensen in the Darth Vader suit, or as Darth Vader in Anakin form, in all 6 episodes. Now, doesn't mean he's going to be in all 6 episodes throughout the entirety of the episodes. Could be just a little cameo here and there, but we're promised a meaner Darth Vader than what we saw in Rogue One, and that was a pretty mean Darth Vader. So, I'm ready for that. But a lot of fans are starting to complain. And if you know me, I seem to jump to the defense of Star Wars all the time. It's not to jump to the defense of Disney. It's not to jump to the defense of Lucasfilm. It's jumping to the defense of Star Wars, because Star Wars is a franchise I love. And I defend everything I love. I love my wife. If somebody were to attack her, I'd defend her. And I love my kids. If somebody were to attack them, I would defend them. Even my dog. But this is Star Wars. This is totally different. People say, yeah, you should let it go. Just let people complain. Well, they can complain all they want. I don't care. But I can also rebuttal that complaint. And so it seems I am the only one that jumps to the defense of Star Wars sometimes. And this time probably isn't any different. I know there are a couple other positive channels, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. The look to the Grand Inquisitor does not bother me at all. And even the one Inquisitor that looks like Elon Musk does not bother me at all. Why? Because I don't care. I mean, I care about Star Wars, but I don't care that his head's a little differently shaped than the cartoon version. I'm sorry, it's something you're going to have to get over. There's a lot of stuff we've all had to get over in Star Wars, and this is so nitpicky and petty, and it shows that nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans themselves. Stop complaining about it. Just enjoy the show. It hasn't even released yet. Try to watch it with an open mind and understand that certain aesthetics had to change. Ahsoka's aesthetic had to change. People complained about it at first, but they got used to it. I complained about it at first, but not as a legitimate complaint, but as a, why did they do that? Then it was explained to me and I said, okay, cool, good reasoning. But when they came out with that reasoning for Ahsoka, it wasn't good enough for some people. They said, well, Shakti had her head tails longer and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, we didn't see Shakti in live action really do anything. She wasn't doing flips and slides and slinging her lightsabers around. She pretty much was immobile and stationary. In the cartoons, yes, we saw her doing flips and slides and slashing her lightsabers around, but that's animation. You can do anything you want with animation. It's kind of hard to take a giant headdress like that and make somebody do flips without it falling off and having to edit the video every time. But I am going to keep my little rant to a minimum this time, and I'll go on with other topics pertaining to the Kenobi series. I got a little off track there with the Ahsoka Shakti thing, but it just kind of irks me that everything's so petty that we're complaining about the aesthetics of a character, and it's really not that much of a change. I mean, people are going to say, well, whose species is it supposed to look like that? Well, I mean, have we seen every one of his species? We've seen 2 or 3, maybe 4 of characters from that race. So how can you say everybody looks like that? That's a big generalization. So let's flip it around a little bit. Let's say some outer worldly species in our own galaxy sees 4 humans. And these 4 humans are 6'7" white people. Are they going to generalize that every human is 6'7" and white? Nah, we have some dudes that are 5'2". I know one, in fact. And we have all races on Earth. So be careful. Just be careful generalizing all these races and saying everybody should look the same. Yes, the Inquisitor looks a little different than his animated counterpart. Sorry, but a lot of characters look different than their animated counterparts. Look at Count Dooku. In the animation, I just want to say, oh, Dooku, why the long face? But I'm also going to turn it around. Looking at the entirety of the teaser that we got for the Kenobi series, if that's all people can find to complain about so far, this series is going to be amazing, because people found a lot of stuff to complain about with the Book of Boba Fett and even The Mandalorian. Everybody's hailing The Mandalorian as the crown jewel of the Star Wars live action series, but they tend to forget that they were complaining about filler episodes and too much cuteness from Grogu. Okay, maybe that was me that complained about that part, but there was a lot of complaints coming out of The Mandalorian. Then when the Book of Boba Fett came out, they're like, oh no, that doesn't live up to The Mandalorian. Well, you didn't set a real high bar with The Mandalorian. Okay, anyways, I need to get off the ranting. Everybody, just stop complaining about the way the Grand Inquisitor looks. Rupert Friend is an amazing actor, and he's going to do a hell of a job in this role. I just know it. I'm really excited for this series, and I wasn't in the beginning, like I said, and it wasn't that I was disappointed that they're making a Kenobi series. Of course I'll watch it. I just wasn't as excited for this as I was the Book of Boba Fett. But who knows, this could turn out to be better than the Book of Boba Fett. And I didn't dislike that series. Another thing people are saying is that Darth Maul was sketched to be in the Kenobi series, and they changed it at the last minute to Darth Vader. No, I'm sorry, that's misinformation. Darth Maul was never scheduled to be in the Kenobi series, and that was confirmed by the head of the Lucasfilm Story Group, Pablo Hidalgo. He said he was never made it past the planning stage. And a lot of people are upset that he isn't going to be in it. Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't match the timeline. I mean, Maul doesn't find Kenobi until like 3 or 4 BBY, and he believed that Kenobi died in Order 66, and it wasn't until 3 or 4 BBY that he found him. So, this series takes place about 9 BBY, or 10 years after Revenge of the Sith and 9 years before A New Hope. But don't worry, I'm sure we will see Maul again in live action once his little, how should I say it, his little wiener escapades on Instagram pass and everybody forgets about it. Then I'm sure they'll bring Ray Parks back to play Maul. And if there was anything that hurt the Solo 2 sequel from happening, it was that incident, because Ray Park was going to play a huge part as Maul in the sequel. I mean, it was hinted at the end of Solo. If you haven't seen Solo, go see it. It's a fun movie. It's not the best Star Wars movie ever made, but it is a fun adventure movie, and it has some good moments. But the point is, Maul was never scheduled to be in the Kenobi series. This was a rumor that came out, somebody ran with it, somebody else ran with it, it split off into branches, and people kept running with it. And I'm still seeing it on Instagram and Facebook, and all these places are saying, well, Maul was supposed to be in it, not Darth Vader, I'm upset. Stop being upset about it. Just enjoy the show. It hasn't even came out yet. You don't know what the story is. We knew the basis of the story, but we don't know the details of the story. So just let it play out. Then, if you have complaints, voice them. And I know there are a lot of Clone Wars and prequel trilogy fans that were really hoping for Maul to show up. Well, look at it this way. With Darth Vader in the armor and Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Inquisitors in it and all that, it's combining the prequels and the original trilogy. It's bringing them together, bridging a gap, making them one whole complete story. And if the Inquisitors is something that you can't get past, the Grand Inquisitor's look, then you probably shouldn't watch the show, because IMDb is showing that the Grand Inquisitor is going to be in every episode. So you might as well just sit back and not watch it, if that's a deal breaker for you. But for me, it's not a deal breaker at all. I can't wait to see it. 2 months and 2 days from now, we will get the Kenobi series. Okay, so at this time, I would like to go ahead and recognize the highlighted comment from the last video. The last video being, Bo-Katan Kryze is a judgmental Mandalorian. Boba Fett could have told her he's a Mandalorian. So this comment comes from our buddy Blaze Cap. And it's a simple comment, but I loved it. It says, man, this is like a trip down memory lane. The voice and editing has improved significantly. Thank you, Blaze Cap. I appreciate that. And I didn't realize how much progress I've made in editing and voicing my videos until I watched these. And what it is, I took a couple old videos and I redid them. I fixed the sound quality and the video quality just a little bit and reposted them for the newer viewers so they could see what some old videos looked like, because they'd have to dig back through like 400 videos to see them or something. I'm going to do a couple more, probably some of my first ones from back in the Darth Gerald days. Yeah, you guys can make fun of me once I'm done putting those up. But that's all I have for today. This is Gerald from Star Wars Fanatics signing out, wishing you all great health and happiness. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.